Chapter 10. "Take that, you lousy cop," yells Dad. He rolls out from behind the coffee table, aims his gun at Dave the bodyguard, and fires. "No!" screams Mum. Dad's shot misses. I take cover. So does everyone else in the room. Dave dives behind the couch, firing back. His shot hits Dad in the head. Dad groans and slumps back against the coffee table. I fling myself across the room towards him, but it's too late. A beer bottle on the coffee table topples onto the carpet. Luckily, it's empty. "Ow!" says Dad, rubbing his head. "That hurts." Most of us laugh because it does look funny with a small plastic arrow stuck to his forehead. "You nearly knocked the drinks over," says Mum. "Sorry," says Dad. My cousins, who are all under 6, stare anxiously at Dad's head. Uncle Ollie, who used to be a male nurse before he was a baggage handler, is staring at it too. "So, Dave," he says, "is that where you guys are trained to put the first shot?" Dave, picking himself up from behind the couch, rolls his eyes. "Fair go. I'm on duty. We agreed no personal questions, right?" "That's right," says Dad, giving Uncle Ollie a look. He yanks the plastic arrow off his head. The rubber tip makes a loud pop. We all laugh again. Dad and the little cousins included. I'm laughing loudest because I'm so nervous. A federal policeman in our house. One mistake and we'll be having Dad's birthday party next year in the clink. So far so good though. Dad had a word to everyone about watching what they say. Even Uncle Grub hasn't put his foot in it yet. Though I personally think giving Dad plastic cowboy guns for his birthday was a bit careless. "Hey George," says Dad, waving the plastic arrow at Uncle Grub. "I thought these things were meant to be harmless." Don't blame me, Len," says Uncle Grub, grinning. "They're from your warehouse." Everyone laughs again, except me. I can't believe it. Uncle Grub mentioned the warehouse. Luckily, Dave is more concerned with picking carpet fluff off his roll neck sweater before he can ask what else is in the warehouse, and does Dad have import papers for it all? I zoom in with a plate of little puff pastries filled with prawns. Soon Dave is munching happily and chatting to Mum. I stand next to Mum with the plate. She doesn't like prawns, but I want to keep an ear on what they're saying. Mum's been looking a bit emotional today. I think it's because Gavin can't be here for Dad's birthday. "Good party, Mrs. W," says Dave. "Call me Rod," says Mum. "It's a pleasure having you and Menzies here. Next time we hope Menzies' parents can come too." Dave stops chewing. "Don't know about that," he says, looking doubtful. "Perhaps Menzies can ask them," suggests Mum. Dave frowns. His dad's pretty busy. His mum's the one who does most of the parenting. Still, I always reckon a bloke's pretty lucky if he's got his mum there for him. I realise Mum is biting her lip, struggling to control her feelings. She's thinking about Gavin. I thrust a plate of pastries at Dave again to distract him. Uncle Ollie's wife Dell swoops in and steers Mum out into the garden. Dave watches Mum go frowning. I dig him in the stomach with the plate. "Would you like another vol au vent?" I ask. It's a word I learned from Antoinette in home economics. Instead of answering, Dave suddenly looks around. "Where's Menzies?" he says. With a jolt of alarm, I realise Menzies isn't in the room. The guest of honour has wandered off. "I saw him go upstairs," says Uncle Ray. "Probably having a pee," says Uncle Ray's wife Bernie. "I'll find him," I say. I dump the plate of pastries in Dave's hand, so cocktail sauce splashes onto his shirt, and while he's brushing himself off, I'll leap up the stairs. The last thing we want is a federal cop wandering around upstairs. It's bad enough having Menzies up here. Last time I looked, there were Iraqi pressure cookers stacked in Gavin's room, and US Army electric toothbrushes under Mum and Dad's bed. I think there might be US Army toothpaste in the bathroom cabinet too. I tap urgently on the bathroom door. "Menzies," I hiss. That kid can be a real pain sometimes. Dad was very clear about everyone using the downstairs dunny. No answer. I open the bathroom door. Menzies isn't in there. "Menzies," I hiss louder. If he's poking around under my Mum and Dad's bed, I'll have to hit him with a pressure cooker and hope concussion makes him forget what he's seen. Okay, I wouldn't really do that. Dad hates violence, even more than swearing. Suddenly, I hear Menzies' voice, loud and heated, coming from my room. I hurry in. Menzies is sitting on the floor, shouting into his mobile phone. "You just don't care, do you? You don't care that innocent kids are suffering. Well, you can tell Dad that when I'm 18, I'm not voting for him. Ever." He snaps the phone shut and throws it across the floor. He slumps back against my bed. Then he realises I'm in the room. He looks up at me, eyes big and angry behind his glasses. Suddenly, I feel angry too. If you wanted to spend the weekend talking to your parents, I say, why did you come here? And put me under so much stress, I want to add, so I'm probably going to need blood pressure tablets by the time I'm 30, like Uncle Ollie. I don't say that. Menzies mustn't know there's any reason for me to be stressed. I try to stop glaring at him. I've had another letter from Jamal, says Menzies, quietly. Things are getting worse. What do you mean, I ask? The guards at the detention centre won't believe Bibi gets toothache, he says. A dentist looked at her when her tooth wasn't hurting, and he said she was making it up. Didn't the x-rays show the problem? I ask. They don't have x-rays in detention centres, says Menzies. You have to be taken to hospital for that. Jamal's got a plan to get Bibi taken there. I find myself hoping it's not anything dangerous. A soccer match, says Menzies? And if that doesn't work, a hunger strike. It's worse than I'd imagine. You know what a hunger strike is, says Menzies. It's where people refuse to eat anything. I know what a hunger strike is, I say. I tried it once with Mum when I was about 3. She just held my nose and shoved food into my mouth. They don't do that with the big people. They do something much worse. One of the prisoners in Gavin's section went on a hunger strike, and Gavin told me what happened to the poor bloke. A hunger strike's not a good idea, I say. I know, says Menzies. His face pale with concern. You can get malnutrition. You can even die. Poor Menzies looks so upset I don't tell him what else can happen.